Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to organize our resources. Now first you use your storyboard, you organize it in the way that best gives you the information that you need to keep it all together and put it together in a very organized manner. Now I've done it very quickly here, but what you want to do is get your resources together. Now I would recommend you do all that in advance. Now I've made a folder over here for the video, and I've got my PowerPoint and I've got my movie. This is the PowerPoint. Now there's a variety of things that you can do. You may not want to use PowerPoint or Keynote. You might want to use pictures that you've taken yourself, videos, web pages, documents, whatever you want. But what you want to do is get it into a format like a picture. So I'm using Snagit, but you may, with your PC, use Snippet, which is in your accessories. You may also use Alt Print Screen, open up your Paint program, and then paste into there, which would be Control V. Once it's into your Paint program, save that image in your Paint program to somewhere on your PC in a folder, kind of like for video, and save it by a name you will recognize, and then that will be a JPEG that you can drag in. It won't take your PowerPoints as a PowerPoint, it needs to be as a JPEG. So I'm going to go ahead and make some videos. I have picture, I'm going to say record, so what I'm doing is I'm going over and crosshairing the images that I want. I'm going to take the first 3 PowerPoint slides. It goes right into, there it goes, the editor. I'm going to select another, do the same thing again, as such. Now this isn't the only way to do a screen recording using PowerPoint or Keynote, but it's the way I'm going to show you today because it's more straightforward and gives you more control. I've experimented with a variety of different ways, and I've done it more than one different way, and I've had good success. But this is more the straightforward way that you can gather up your resources and be able to make them available for you to have more control over how you organize it in Camtasia. So here are my 3 images that I want to use. I'm going to one at a time send them over to Camtasia. Now, because these 2 products, Camtasia and Snagit, are from the same company, they give you an ability to transfer them over. And so I'm going to click Camtasia for Mac, and it's going to send it over. Here's my Camtasia, and there's the image that it just sent. I'll go back to the editor, take the second image, there, and send it to Camtasia. And there it arrives. And my third image. Send it over, and there it is. So let's get rid of my editor for Snagit, and now I've got that. Now I want to pull over my video memory, and over it comes. That's all you do. You gather all your resources and put them in your media bin. Now you'll have a media bin in the PC version as well. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to space this out a little bit here. There we go. It will automatically put them in a timeline. I'm just going to delete them out of the timeline because I have a different order I want to put them in, and I'm planning on doing something different anyway. So let's put that's not my first one. We're going to put that in. There's my first one. Let's put this in right to the very beginning, and there's my second one. And I'll space them out a little bit because this is going to be about a 45-second video. But my there, we're going to put this on top. The video goes on top. Whoops. There. And we'll put it there. Okay. So, essentially what I've done is I've put my video in, my green screen on the top of my images. And I've spaced my images out. I know that I've got a much longer video than I do of what I want to make. I want to make one about 45 seconds long for this example. But I also know that at the very beginning of my video, I don't want this to be all in my video before I get talking. So if you look on the highlighted colored blue here, you've got, this is my green screen video, but these white lines at the bottom is my voice file. And I can see that right about here, I start talking. So if I jump ahead to just before, I can play it. Okay, chapter 5, and this is... So I see that I start pretty much there. Okay. And so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to say that right about there I'm going to delete it. So this is called the playhead. If you right click, split selected at playhead, well, this is the selected, the blue area is selected the video, so I'm going to say yes. Now it's separated. So I can click that to be highlighted and delete it, because I don't need that first part. And now I can take my video and drag it forward to the beginning. Now you still can't see my slide. It's there. There's the white line that indicates my slide is there. My image is there. And now I can't see it though. So we're going to highlight the video again, and we're going to do the piece that you need to do to remove the green screen. Video FX, that's also in your PC. It may be located differently, and I'll help you with that. Remove color. I'm going to click that, and this is what, all these things that you have as tools here, you just drag onto your timeline. I'm going to drag it on top of the video, and it'll tell me that the video has been added. The FX feature has been added. Now over here, I've got my properties open. They're open, and it's telling me I can remove a color. Now I could remove any color. I could remove the blue on my shirt, my skin color, but I want to remove the green. And this is not the correct green for me. So I'm going to choose with my picker what color I want to remove. And I just click and drag it. Whoops. And there it is. I'm going to remove that green. And there the green has gone. Now you might notice a slight fringe of green here and there. So there's a few sliders we could use. A tolerance slider just sort of allows us to tweak it a bit. And then the softness can allow us to soften out that's too much. Don't want to just wreck your video a bit. You can defringe it a bit, which is just, again, more little tools to sort of pick up the basics. But I wouldn't play with that a whole lot. Okay, now clearly I'm too big. I'm blocking out everything. So we're going to take the corner and we're going to shrink it down. There we go. Let's go over to at the beginning here. Now I'm still not quite fixed, so I'm going to make sure I get the center. I'm going to grab it, put myself closer. I'm going to reshape this a bit, maybe a little smaller. There. Now let me take that back. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to make the image bigger so it's not all too small. There. Now I can make myself a little bigger. You don't want to get lost in the background, but you don't want to take over the entire thing. So there I am. So let's just play that for a minute. Okay, chapter 5, and this is another really important one. You probably felt as if this could have been helpful before a test, though it'll be before test 2. And this is on memory. And we're going to look at what is memory. Okay. How do we break it down into its pieces? So I'm going to say, well, we're going to extend this more. I want to still be on that. And then maybe do about that space right there, we'll say. And then I'm going to bump this over and see what that looks like. Pieces, you've probably heard the terms before: short-term memory, working memory, long-term memory. What we're going to look at about remembering. No, so I'm just going to, we'll just say that I've got things said a little differently. I'm just doing this as an example. And I'm going to have to readjust the screen again to get it back up to size. Now, also, what you'll notice here is I may be standing or positioned in a place that's not the same. So here's what you'll do. You go to where you have that transition. There's the front screen, and then I'm in the next. So I'm going to open that up a little bit so I can give myself a space. There. Again, I'm going to split at playhead. Now that just splits the video. That just means now I can move myself here and watch what happens. Short-term memory, working memory, long-term. So I can just jump up there. Now that was a bit of a severe jump. About remembering. But I'm now in the proper position. And you have other features you can do. I can do a transition. And what I'm going to do here, a transition is just things that you can do. And maybe, I don't know, I can try fly out or zoom in, zoom out. No, I'm going to do fly in and fly out. I'm just going to drag it down, put it there, take another one on the other side of the video and put it there. See, now I got it on both sides. All I did was drag and drop, and it tells me how long I'm going to put it there. Now watch what happens.
You've heard the terms before: short-term memory, working memory, long-term memory.
And I fly in and I fly out.
What we look at about remembering and how we go about doing.
Now you can put in annotations or annotations. And let's say I want to say something. I'm going to put a thought bubble in. And I can make sure it belongs to me. I'm sure I've had a few students say that about things that I've done. And there it sits. It goes in automatically. It'll stay there for that length of time. And then it goes. Now I can adjust this. Oops. I can adjust it to be a longer lasting. And let's bring this over here. And we're going to go to 45 seconds. So there's 45 is about there. We'll leave it that way. And again, I'm not positioned very well, so let's make the video image bigger. Like that. Now positioning, I'm not in a very good spot, so again we go back to there. I give myself a little space so I can see where that screen ends. I'm going to split the video. It's separate, but I'm going to split it, move this forward again, and say now in that screen, where do I want to be? Well, I'm going to move me over here. And let's say we're going to take another transition, and let's rotate me on either side of that video. There. Now let's see what happens. And there I go, and there I come. So you can have fun with it, but you don't have to go to any great length.
After this, the second part of this will be
and you just keep on going with your video, and then here I am. I'm just going to stop it there. Alright, so we're going to stop it at 45 right there. Split. Delete. I have essentially made my video. So once you've put things in the timeline, you've done the remove color, you've done some editing, you've added some annotations and maybe some transitions to sort of doctor it up a little bit, it's a good idea to let it run
chapter 5,
and see how it goes.
Really important one. You probably felt this has been helpful before test, but test 2. And this is on memory. And we're going to look at what is memory and how we break it down into its pieces. You probably heard terms before: short-term memory, working memory, long-term memory. But we look at about remembering, how we go about doing that, strategies and things conflict with how we learn effectively, how we memorize, or remember things very well. So we look at the nature of memory, and we'll also look at factors that influence how you're best able to retrieve information. Now the second week after this, the second part of this will be focused more on the biology of memory. And we'll okay, chapter 5.
Let's say I'm happy with that. Couple of things in the saving. One is you save your Camtasia project. It's usually good to keep it. There's a number of reasons why, but one is that you can always go back and correct things again. I'm going to put this in into my, where did I put that? Oh, desktop. And Greenscreen workshop. And we'll put it in, oh, Greenscreen trial. There we go. We'll put it in there. For video. No, we'll just put it right there. Cancel. We're going to say save. And here we are. It's going to save. It might take a little bit, but the bigger the video and the more bells and whistles in it, the longer it may take to save. But it's a good idea to save it, because then you can always go back, pull up this exact same image that you have with all the things added to it and make alterations to it, re-edit it in another manner. But then you have it as a backup to go back to at a later date to make changes or alterations. Sometimes when I make a video, I make the video and then I leave it for a bit, I go back and I look at it, and it gives me some feedback as to whether or not it's exactly what I want to do or not. Okay, once it's saved, I would recommend that if you want to put it into Blackboard, one of the more straightforward ways to do it there's two ways you can do it, but I'm going to suggest one over the other. You go to share. You can share it to YouTube. I find that it takes longer to upload to YouTube this way, and it takes longer for YouTube to process it and make it available for you to put it in the Blackboard. So what I would recommend is go to Advanced Export. It's going to send it out as a, and I'm going to title this Memory. And I'm going to put it in the GC trial, and it's going out as an MP4. Now YouTube likes MP4s. You can just drag and drop it into the upload folder and do that. So let's put that in as an MP4. Okay, there it's been saved. Now what I would recommend is if you want to put it to YouTube, let's go to, there it is there. Alright, so we go to YouTube, go to Uploads. Now I have my own YouTube channel. You may want to start yours, particularly if you're going to be making videos. Once you have the ability to upload videos at your leisure. Now you may need to get permission. In fact, if you plan on making videos longer than 15 minutes, you'll need to get permission to do just that. It doesn't take much. You just email them, access their resource file, and get permission to do that. They're very good about it. So all you're basically doing then is you take your video, MP3.4, drag and drop file, and it's now uploading our video. It doesn't take too long to upload videos onto YouTube. Once you do, it will let you know to click publishing when it makes your video, to make your video live. You can set to public or private just by clicking, making it private. You can add it to a playlist if you make them. It's saying it's done, so I go OK. It's given me a bit of a screenshot to use for this particular video. You can alter it. We're going to return to editing. I'm going to say I want that one instead. Save the change. There, it's changed it. And then I'm going to go back to my channel. And there's my video posted. Now, if I wanted to do into Blackboard, okay, I'm just going to take you into a developmental shell, and what we'll do is we'll search to see if that video will be available. If it's not available, then there'll be another video that it will be available of mine, and I'll just show you basically how to bring them in. Okay, and we'll go to the content area, and we're going to build content YouTube video. Up here you type in what you're going to type in. Now I've put one up that's a little more clear and easier to find. I just realized when I put memory up, that's not going to be a clear enough image. I'll show you why. We're going to put memory as the, not memory tips, just memory, because that's all I put in, and you're going to see you'll be picking up all manner of video. And so how many do we pick up? There are 31 different videos, and which maybe mine might not even be one of them. So what I've typically done is, because even with my name, Steve Miller, it's not an exactly unknown name on the internet. Steve Miller Band has way more notoriety than I do. So we're going to put Steve Miller, and we're going to put Psych Memory Tips, because I have a video by that name. And there's the memory tips, and many of my other videos as well. So at least I'm only getting, for the most part, my own. If it's the one you want, you select it. If it's the one you're not too sure, you preview it, and if it's in fact the one you want, you keep it. If not, you find the correct one, then you select the one you want. Man. Now, you may not want to put your whole name in there. You just shorten it up to be whatever you want. Say that yes, you might want to YouTube. Some students like to go to the YouTube channel. Have a way I usually do check. We'll put some dates and go OK, submit. And then it will put into what we want right there. There's our video. And what you do, you just click it to watch it. It pulls up and you play. Well, I hope that helps, and good luck with your green screening. And if you've got questions, please feel free to email me. I'll be happy to try to help you out. Enjoy and have fun. Bye now.